So about a year ago, me and my homeboy got jumped at a party. There was a party that was being organized under the name Vibe, and me and my homeboy obviously wanted to go to that party. Now, I actually managed to convince my mother that year to let me go because prior to those years, I didn't really go out that much, other than going out to my classmates' birthday parties and some friends' birthday parties. My mother didn't really let me go out to these public events more often because, Baulu household. Want to know what that means? Watch this video. This year she finally let me go, but my older sister had to come along. What? Which at first I thought it was a problem, but it didn't matter to me because obviously my older sister could also have fun there. On the day of the party, me and my homeboy Kenny met up at my house since he was sleeping over that night. So fast forward to the time that we actually get dropped off at the party, and the first thing that we do was eat. Because if there's one thing that I know is that if you drink without eating, the chances are the food's not gonna stay in your stomach for too long. So obviously we get some food and we actually end up finding some people who we go to school with at the party. And I'm not gonna say their names because of obvious reasons. At first we just start chilling and everything. By the time it was like what, 9, almost 10, the party was really starting to come through. And so obviously me, my sister, and my homeboy Kenny made our ways to the dance floor. Now, for anybody who doesn't know, all three of us are Angolans, or at least Angolan descendants, which means that we're all party stoppers. Ask anyone who's been to a party with an Angolan and they will tell you we are usually the life of the party, if not the party itself. And in this party, it was no different, or sort of. Because since me, my sister, and Kenny were just right by the stage, we were throwing down as many moves as we wanted to and just genuinely having fun. And I'm not trying to brag or anything, but I personally am a great dancer. And so is my sister. But my boy Kenny, let's just say he's not the best dancer, but it doesn't matter because he's a pretty damn good hype man. And so it stays like that for a few hours up until it started hitting a time where people started getting a little bit too drunk. And it was also starting to get to the time where the dance floor started getting crowded, especially around the time where Angolan music started getting played. And not just any Angolan song, no. Skroki Kuya and Nero Americano. And obviously what this means is that all of the pintins were down on the dance floor, throwing it down and jumping on as many poles as they could when the songs played. But this also meant that this oversaturation of people in one area was a perfect opportunity for crime. So obviously, niggas were trying to rob. But two niggas specifically tried to rob us. What happened was, there was one who was like slightly tall, almost as tall as Kenny. Mind you, Kenny is really tall. And the other one was a little bit shorter. The tall guy was wearing a blue shirt, jeans, and a cap, and he looked a little bit wasted. Can't remember much about the other guy though. You see, the guy walked up to Kenny, put his arm around his shoulder, and then started tapping his left with his left arm. At first, it was weird. Like, why would you just do that? But then it hit me that this guy was trying to rob him. Now, for some coincidental luck, all of the Kenny's things he left at my house, and all of the other things that he had at hand were in my sister's purse. The only thing he had with him was his phone on his right pocket. And this guy was clearly trying to take his phone by tapping his left pocket first to make sure it's not there. And since I knew that his phone was in the right pocket, immediately as soon as I realized what was about to go down, before my man could even respond to what was going to happen, I just throw myself to Kenny, put my right arm on his leg, and grab the phone from outside of the jeans. Now, before anyone starts saying that I'm capping because it's almost impossible to grab something through skinny jeans, may I just add a little detail? I'm a tennis player. And as a tennis player, we sometimes spend hours a day sprinting up and down a court with sweaty hands while trying to hold our rackets, which literally means we have to have good grip. So holding this phone was not going to be much of a challenge. It was challenging though, because this guy did not want to let go of the phone. So much so that in order to make it easier, he held Kenny with his left arm and he was trying to choke me with his right. Yeah. Things were just going off at this point. So now, obviously, everybody started realizing that we were in trouble, and lo and behold, one of our homeboys sees the situation. This man's name is Aaron. Now, I just want to say something about the three of us. You see, each and every one of us learned how to fight as a kid, but specifically Aaron is one of the best fighters I know in my group, just because this guy did kickboxing and Muay Thai for many years, and even though the guy is skinny and might not seem so physically imposing, believe me, this dude can whip ass. So as soon as he sees the situation, not only does he rush in to help, but he calls in his homeboys to help as well. Now, I couldn't see what was going on because obviously in the position that I was standing, it was difficult to see anything, but according to Kenny and them, these niggas jumped on both of them. I don't even know what the other dude was doing, and immediately started pulling them away from us. Now, since the guy was starting to choke me and I didn't want to let go of the phone, I literally took my left hand and started trying to punch him. Was it successful? No, because the first few punches landed nowhere. I mean, it's kind of difficult to be punching when you don't even know where your punch is going. But one of my punches successfully managed to land. Where it landed, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it landed near the liver area because I felt a little bit of bone, and it was in that exact moment where the guy finally let go of me. Whether it was he let go because he felt the pain of the punch or because the other guys pulled him away, I don't know, but he let go regardless. And then we stood up, saw the situation, they called the guards to come, they took these niggas away, and we went back to party. Now, although this situation seems very far-fetched, it very much happened, and most of my guys, you can hit them up and ask them about the story. And till this day, I just am so thankful that I know these dudes. Because even though Kenny was the one that got majorly jumped, it was nice to know that we can trust each other whenever we're in danger. I know that I can trust my homeboy Kenny to rescue me if I'm in trouble. And I won't even have to talk about Aaron because I know that that dude will step in to help me. And I know that all of my niggas are gonna be there whenever there's something bad that's gonna happen to us, because that's what niggas are for. Niggas are there in the good and bad times. And this was just a testament to us to show us exactly that these guys will be there. In hindsight, this video, it was sort of a confirmation to me of who were the real ones in my life at that point. And those two dudes, they definitely are my real ones. And so the moral of today's video is know who you hang out with and always make sure that the friends that you carry beside you are real ones.
Moleque, why you do that?
Jogo na cara do brada, 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 nigga que falta tá leva chapada, jogo na cara do brada, 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 nigga que falta tá leva chapada, e depois vem falar que sou muito brada, mas eu me misturo com esse pussy na gata, jogo na cara do brada, 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 mano, moços no